Yo, what's going on, my people? It's your big homie Crooks the Great, aka CTG, and I'm back at you guys with another banger of an Undisputed video. And today's video is going to be a little bit special because we have some insights into some things that could be in the next patch for Undisputed. Now, I know the update did happen yesterday at the time of this video dropping, but the developer team did put some interesting stuff in the Undisputed Discord that kind of hinted at some changes that could be happening in the next patch. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. And I want to shout out my homie Aura again. He screenshotted me these things because I'm not always in the Undisputed Discord because I'm busy with, I might be working or taking care of my kids and stuff like that. So shout out to him. So let's go ahead and look at the first thing here. He put, right now, one of the metas is back foot fighting and blocking the whole time. Now, if you guys have played online at all, you guys have probably ran into somebody that is in loose footwork and that just wants to hold block and run the entire time. It's one of the most frustrating styles to deal with because you have to have the patience of God to deal and beat these guys. And it really could be a really frustrating thing for a lot of the community to really have to deal with. So Aimbot, who is part, of the developer team, put, it could be worth penalizing backwards movement while blocking or reducing move speed while blocking in general. Could help to alleviate some of the weird looking animations while holding block. Now, why this is important is because it would stop people from really just, holding block and throwing themselves in loose footwork and backing up the entire fight and kind of incentivize them to walk forward. Because if you're holding block and your movement speed is slowed down, then it's either gonna A, force you to want to engage because you're just gonna get teed off on, or B, it's going to encourage you to let go of your block and actually try to use head movement. Now the kind of counter to that is, if they are gonna make this happen, we have to have some kind of buff to slips, to head movement. Make head movement a little more rewarding than what's in the game right now, because right now, honestly, head movement without blocking, other than the pull, is really a high risk, no reward type of thing. Most of the time you're gonna get hit, you're gonna eat a lot of shots. So that's why you see a lot of people tending to just hold block and just be running around, because there's not really a reward to trying not to hold block and moving your head. So hopefully they're able to adjust that, buff that a little bit, as well as implementing this new feature where they penalize backwards movement while holding block. I'm wondering if this is gonna affect loose footwork as well. That would be something really interesting to see. And if they are gonna implement this in the next patch, I'm hoping it goes hand in hand with the head movement stuff that I just brought up to you guys. All right, so right here we got another really interesting one right here. Okay, so this guy, I don't know how to say his name, so I'm just gonna call him OP. He types at aimbot and says, I believe the camera angle prevents any online fighter from properly cutting off the ring along with movement. Potentially a new camera angle for online. And aimbot says, decent ideas. I have been testing stuff on the side around trying to slow the speed of the game down a bit. I'll add some of those ideas into that test to see how it comes out. Can't make any guarantees that it will be in an upcoming update though, as we have been thorough with our testing. This is really interesting because this is something that I've talked about a lot on my streams, and you guys have probably noticed this as well. It's incredibly hard to get knockdowns when you get stuns in the game. It really is. People are able to just really back away from you. They're able to cut angles, and their movement speed is just ridiculously fast. And it's really hard to cut off the ring regardless of what camera angle you're using. So the fact that they're even thinking about adding a new camera angle, or they're even thinking about slowing the game down so that way you can capitalize on the knockdowns that you get, or the stuns that you get, is a really welcome sight. Because if you guys, I know I've had this problem where I get multiple stuns throughout a fight, and I might be down in a fight, or I might be losing a round or something like that. I get a stun off of a hook or off of a clean combination, and I can't capitalize on it. And that could really cost you rounds. That could really make or break a fight for you. So the fact that they're looking at slowing the game down would really help with people capitalizing when they do get stuns. The other thing that it's really going to help with as well is, again, like we touched on in the last screenshot that we seen, is, you know, trapping people that just want to just run away from you the entire fight. If you're able to properly cage cut, or not cage cut, you can properly cut off the ring. I was thinking of UFC terms and cage cutting, but cut off the ring. It's going to make for an easier time for you to deal with the people who just want to run away from you. It really is. And I feel like that's something that really needs to be implemented into the game, because it's going to force people to actually have to box. And that's really what this game is about. This isn't a game of just running around, you know, trying to point fight. I know, before y'all come at me in the comment section saying there's boxers in real life that do that, I understand it, but it's an incredibly hard thing to do. Not everybody can legit fight on the back foot and be this defensive master. You feel what I'm saying? Very few people have been able to do it. And that's why guys like Floyd Mayweather are such anomalies. Guys like Andre Ward are such anomalies, because they don't get hit a lot. They really don't. But right now, it's just too easy to just throw yourself in loose footwork, back away, you know, kind of pot shot and steal rounds away from people that are actually trying to box. So I feel like it would be a very good thing if we were able to cut off the ring from people that just want to run away from you. So I'm interested to see if the stuff that we touched on is actually going to be in further patches, and how soon they're going to be willing to adjust that. And like I said with the last screenshot that we looked at, it has to go hand in hand with some kind of buff to slips and head movement. If we are going to slow down the game, then head movement needs to be rewarded a lot more than it is right now. So I'm hoping that it kind of goes hand in hand and the dev team actually is able to do something to make the head movement that much more rewarding. Because if they're able to do that, then these changes to slowing down the game, making the people that block move slower, and making the ability to cut off the ring, it's going to make it kind of more balanced. Because if you don't have a head movement buff and you just implement the things that he's talking about right here, it's going to make for a really incredibly hard time if you're trying to be a defensive fighter. So in case you guys don't know, I don't want to be on one side of the fence or the other. I want the game to be as balanced as possible. If you're a really good defensive fighter, I want you to have the options to be able to do so. But I also want advancing fighters to be able to, you know, walk opponents down if they're just trying to, run away from you the entire fight. I want it to be balanced, and I want there to be a skill gap. So I'm hoping that these two things go hand in hand. They slow the speed down, but they also buff the head movement. So that way, you know, if you are a high IQ defensive fighter, you still have those options to be able to avoid getting in these massive combination battles that I feel like would be present if the game is slowed down without buffing the head movement. But let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think slowing the game down would really benefit the entire community? Do you guys think if they do slow the game down, that head movement should be buffed with it as well? I want to hear your guys' comments in the comment section. I'm going to try to be responding to every single comment on these videos. I love the support that you guys are showing me. I'm getting over like 100 comments on the videos that I'm posting up, and it's a lot to keep up with. So I'm trying to get to every single comment, but it's taking me a little bit, obviously, because I'm trying to play, respond to the comments, and, you know, do day-to-day life stuff. You feel what I'm saying? So, but please drop a comment in the comment section letting me know, do you guys think slowing the game down would really benefit it? Do you guys want to see head movement buffed with them slowing down the game? And do you feel like it would make the game more balanced? So please drop a comment in the comment section, because like I said in previous videos, Undisputed is looking at content creators comment sections and taking the feedback from those comment sections and trying to implement the things that people are talking about bettering the game. So please drop a comment in the comment section. But that's it from me, my people. If you guys did enjoy this video, make sure to slap that subscribe button as well as slap that like button, so that when this video does get tossed into the YouTube algorithm and more people get to enjoy the great content that I have for you guys here on the channel. But until next time, my people, take it easy, be safe, enjoy the rest of your guys' day, afternoon, evening, depending on where you guys are watching this from, and I'll see y'all in the next video.